All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the used market along with a bunch of other topics, but we're specifically going to start with the used Tesla market and why I was going to say unfortunately crashing, but it is crashing. So if you've been waiting for a deal, if you've been waiting to try and snipe a used Tesla Model 3, Model Y, or even S or X, now is, or maybe coming soon is the time, this coming week or the week after, that's for sure. As we get closer to the end of the month, dealers are going to get a little antsy. Private sellers are going to get a wake-up call. And so we're going to take a look at some interesting tweets that I found out and also just take a look at the used market as well. So welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. But before we get into that, let's roll that intro real quick. Thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. We make, what, 2 to 3 videos a day now? I think we just stream every day at this point, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the subscription, and thank you to my newest Patreon members. I haven't updated in a little bit, but thank you to Mowabi, Aintrishkish, Scott, Antonio, Mark, Arturo, Finance Fox, Amin, Corey, Stefan, and Timothy, which I just spoke to you, Timothy. So if you're watching, welcome to the stream and the video. Thank you to all the newest Patreon members. Hopefully I provided some value with you, and there's a ton of benefits if you want to join the Patreon. So definitely check it out in the description. All right. So Alexis, I see you in the chat. Welcome. All right. So let's take a look at this. There's been a lot of, hot fire tweets that's come out recently. We'll catch you up to speed. If you don't know what's happened most recently, I love looking at this list because Christopher Dungeon, he put it, really nicely laid out, and there was massive price cuts across the board. Hopefully you know this by now, but the Model 3, Model Y, S, and X had price cuts all the way up to $21,000 for the Model S Plaid, which is, of course, that's a higher vehicle, but, crazy discounts. I think the biggest one still to me, and I'm still semi in shock, is the Model Y long range, basically being discounted $13,000 like that. I think it's a little bit, I don't want to say disrespectful, but it's pretty hurtful. That's for sure. I would feel hurt. And that's why I created this petition, because I really feel like, Tesla should do something to everybody that purchased at a higher price last year. So this is a petition that I created. 166 of you are strong out there, so I love it. But this should be in the description, so check it out if you feel like Tesla should give something to Tesla buyers in the past, whether it's full self-driving or 10,000 supercharger miles. Definitely join the cause, that's for sure. So let's get into this. This is an inventory chart, but let's go into this. So Tesla used prices are dropping. So this is a tweet from Sawyer Merritt News. The Tesla US inventory is now down 51%. That's on the new side. In addition to that, CarMax has sold 57% of its Tesla inventory in the last 24 hours. So CarMax, I think, got a little smart with this. I don't know if it's smart, but of course they are one of the biggest used car sellers in the United States. They probably woke up like most everybody did on Friday morning, I think, and saw these crazy discounts on the Tesla new side and said, we cannot have these Teslas on our books anymore. And that's kind of like one of the problems that I feel like, no one is talking about these Tesla discounts is if a manufacturer, Tesla, can, overnight react and drop a car, 20%? Even more overnight. Like, what is this? 20% for the Model Y long range. That has a trickle effect on a lot of different things. That has a trickle effect on all these banks that, give out all these loans on all these vehicles. Like they're loaning you money because they believe that the asset that you're in is going to hold value. But if it loses 20% overnight, that's something to think about. That's for sure. I made a tweet in which, no one else is really thinking about this because when you're buying a car, let's say you bought a car last year, Model Y, and you paid $66,000 and you insure that vehicle, you want to make sure that vehicle is insured all the way up to $66,000 because you should know that, insurance only covers to the market value of the vehicle if the vehicle gets into an accident or total loss, something like that. But that's beside the point. Anyways, CarMax CarMax is basically on fire sale mode. So shout out to car dealership guy that he was really tracking this. This is insane. Like 2021 Tesla Model Y, $13,000 price drop. 2022 Tesla Model Y, $10,000 price drop. Moving over to the other screenshot, 13,000. So CarMax was basically like, we need to sell these cars. We need to get them out of inventory because, this cannot be on our books any longer. So good strategy on them. They don't want to like hold on to the inventory because every single day they probably either self-finance or have some sort of line of credit on these. So they just have to get it off their books. And so the question is like, what is the used value these days? It's still kind of really hard to tell because, auctions and used car sites have not reflected because the discount just happened this past, basically Friday. So this coming week is going to be pretty interesting to see if there's any sort of values on top of that. Like if they start to decrease, well, I mean, they are definitely going to. But here's some other tweets from, car dealership guy. CarMax has sold 50% of the entire inventory in the past 24 hours. Pretty insane. They're down to 275 Teslas nationwide on CarMax. They quote, "This feels like an automotive version of the meme stock mania, where CarMax is the beneficiary and not making any money." I'm not sure if CarMax is the beneficiary because if they dropped a car at $13,000 and CarMax does play, pretty top dollar for all their vehicles. That's kind of their, claim to fame. And so they're easily losing, I don't know, if I had to guess, maybe $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a car at this point on every one of these vehicles. So, it's pros and cons. But this will make a lot of dealers think twice before they buy a Tesla, because most dealers, they want to pay top dollar to, get that inventory to resell. But if, Tesla can, overnight, and especially throughout this year, that they might continue to drop prices, dealers will be a little bit more hesitant, or maybe they'll build more buffer, and we will probably, start to see not as many private dealerships and used car only dealerships offer the highest amount of money on the used Tesla side. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff coming out of the Tesla, the used side. I mean, I would say if you're looking for a used Tesla deal like a Lexus, wait, another week or so. You need to let these dealers reflect and, see what inventory that they have, see, that they're not getting any inquiries on it. And also the private side, you can start lowballing. You can always lowball people on the private side, but sites like Car Buyer USA, I don't think they've been updated just yet, but let's just see. Because so a brand new 2022 Tesla Model Y long range is what, $52,000. So if we put in, you can't even put it in 2023. So I would say a good deal is at least 10 to 20% less. So if a brand new one is 53 and it's a base version, like wholesale value should be 45, maybe even 40. So maybe this should say 40. If this doesn't say 42 or 43, then I don't think the site has been updated just yet. But let's just take a look. Ooh, interesting. So they have not adjusted their algorithms just yet. So I'm not sure I would trust anything from Car Buyer USA at this point. I would kind of just leave it as is. But I would say the value is about 10 to 20% less than retail, and that which we just saw right there is not 10 to 20% than the new price of $52,990, but that's for sure. But thanks for watching this video so far. I just want to talk about how the used car market side is definitely starting to take a bath just a little bit, if not already. My advice is to only go after private sellers and start lowballing them to where what price you want to say. Someone scheduled a call with me earlier today, and they were showing me a used deal that they found, and he told me the dealer had the Tesla Model 3 in their inventory for over 60 days. They dropped it another $7,000, and I think it was a 2020 Model 3 long range with full self-driving, only 28,000 miles, for $33,000. Alexis, does that sound like a good deal? Let me know what you think on that deal. I thought it was a good deal, but that was me in my old mindset before these most recent price discounts on the new side. I feel like at this point it should be, I don't even know. We need to see how the market sells, because there's also a floor, right? Model 3s, especially a 2020, that's only a couple years old, should still be worth 30 to 33. And then as you get closer to the 25K range, because there's that used EV tax credit of $4,000, the $25,000 range should be like the 2018s, the 2019 Model 3s, and all that stuff. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff on the used side. Let me know your guys' thoughts on it. Before we get into some of the comments and some questions, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, but some of them including actually scheduling a call with me where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you schedule the call, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price. So definitely check that out in the description or in the link. But let's jump into some of the comments and see what you're all doing up today. Welcome, Ridwan. Looking for a Tesla Model 3 or for around 25,000. Yeah, that's gonna be the floor, because that EV tax credit, the used EV tax credit, kicks in at 25,000. So I feel like any of them that get priced at 24, they're going to sell regardless, because people that qualify for that tax credit are just going to want to buy it. Alexis, hey, you are lying, not crushing at all. Tesla's still 35K for a 2019 M3, dude. It's rough out in these streets. No, someone just showed me today a 2020 Model 3 long range with full self-driving, 28,000 miles for 33. So, I mean, they're out there, and it was from a dealer too. So, I mean, maybe you're on the East Coast, I think, right? So maybe that's why it was on the West Coast side. So that's for sure. Not having anytime soon. It's gonna get there very soon. Ridwan, Used Market Plus, I would get the 4,000 off, so I'd get a 20 Tesla for $21,000. Yeah, that's for sure. Paul, welcome to the stream and welcome to the video. Yeah, Dennis visited both Tampa showrooms in Tampa for around 5 p.m. today, and they were rocking. Lots of people test driving cars. All right, market demand is back up. Tesla hit the demand button, the demand lever, and here we go. Dragon Ball, yo, welcome to the stream. Alexis, that's why I won't think that won't go that low anytime soon. The 4K, yeah, basically any Tesla that drops to 24, maybe 24,990, it's gonna sell immediately. Like they could literally be like a side market or side business on that. Like if you need to sell your Tesla, like it's an old, if it's an old Tesla, it's always gonna be worth $24,000. Alexis, maybe 27, 28, but not 25K IMO. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are in that range for sure. CarMax was definitely making smart moves. They could talk to dealers in my area. That'd be helpful. Yeah, actually, put the clearance button on blast. Tapia, we need a Model Y to be 30K so Alexis can get one. Yeah, that's for sure. Like, I mean, we're almost there, right? Model Y standard range is what, $42,000 after the $7,500 tax credit. So almost there. Tesla not changing used prices is pretty surprising to me. They know what they did. Yeah, it's weird, right? Like it seems like on the Tesla.com used site, they're still overcharging for vehicles. So I don't know. Maybe the right hand doesn't talk to the left. You can't see my hands. The new car side doesn't talk to the left, and on we go. Who knows? Yeah, Tapia, are you feeling better? Like I saw the other day, you were like, I don't know, but I hope you feel better. That's for sure. LT, you are awesome. Dennis, thank you. You're awesome too. Welcome to stream. Thanks for watching another video and stream. Andres, I love my Tesla, but I do feel like I got a bad deal buying it in December. Yeah, I feel for you. That's why, I feel like I needed to put together this change. I can't even find it anymore. Where's my petition? I put together this change.org / check out this link, Tesla refund. That's why I feel like I put together this petition, because, I feel like it's an injustice. That's for sure. Like if I had bought one at that time, I would be, pretty upset as well. So I think Tesla should do something, because it's good for PR. And if they give full self-driving, that's more adoption. Like if they give it to, 400,000 people, a good 20%, 10%, it's all about numbers. It's good 10 to 20% are going to want full self-driving after the trial ends. And so they'll get it. Dennis is awesome. Let's get him to 10K subs. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you for writing that, Tapia. If you guys don't forget to hit the like button if you're enjoying it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And definitely check out the links below in the description. Dennis, help me find a 2021, 2022 Model 3 long range for less than 40. Hey, if that person that scheduled a call with me was able to find a 2020 Model 3 long range with full self-driving for 33K, I can believe they're out there. You know what? Let's do this. Because, I know Alexis is in here. I know Abraham's in here. Let's go to my favorite sites. I've actually been liking Car Gurus a lot better. I forgot about this. Well, wow. Thank you, Abraham and Alexis so this is another great data site, cargurus.com. Cargurus.com. Dang it. How do I? I got this pop up, cargurus.com, and they track the trend of all the used car prices across the country. And this is prices that they're being listed out, not actually like auction sales. We can look at auction sales in a little bit, but I don't think we're going to see anything because I think later on this week, Alexis and Abraham, I'm going to pull up the Manheim auction reports probably like Thursday or Friday, because then we'll hopefully see a week of sales and we'll see if there was a dip in used car values, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be. People are not going to want to buy Teslas this week. And if they are, it's going to be good deals. That's for sure. But looking at the Car Gurus data site, Model 3, down 17% for the Model 3 in the past 90 days. Holy crap. You can see right here the average price. Wow, this is too much. Like, this doesn't even make sense at this point. Like, hopefully we should see a huge decrease this week. Like right now we see 2020 for 19% down in 90 days, 2021 16%, 2022 down 14%. These are going to go all above 20%. That's my prediction in the next week, because dealers are going to react to this new pricing and they're like, they're basically screwed at this point. But all right, so this is what I do. I go to cars.com, Abraham. We will put in the Tesla Model 3 right here. That zip code's fine, but I'll look nationwide. And of course, I don't like buying from dealers because they always have. Well, now it seems like dealers are making moves, right? They will discount if they need to try and get rid of that inventory. So long range, and I sort low to high because no point in trying to negotiate with some of those people. And okay, so 20. Oh, is that low to high? 20. Okay, these are all sponsored. That's why. Whoa, that can't be right. That must be like a salvage car of some sort. 2021 long range, $34,000. And then what I really do is I don't, of course, I don't like interacting with dealers. I switch it to private, and then I message each and every one of these my offer, whether it's 31, 32, 33, 34, whatever the number is, whatever I want to pay that I feel like that vehicle is worth, and then I just blast it, every single one. And then some of them, of course, going to laugh. Some of them say no, and that's where you just try and start that conversation with them. Say you're already approved, or you really like their combination, or whatever. And then there's going to be buyers out here that need to sell, or that want to sell, or have been trying to sell their car for 30, 60, 90 days, and you'll get some action or some dialogue from that. So that's kind of my strategy. At the end of the day, that's what I pretty much do to get the best deal at this point. And maybe I bought one. Who knows? Hey, Dennis, can you do a video to see how much you can get traded on a Model 3 and Model Y? How do you get financing for a private owner? Is it harder to buy from private owner? Not necessarily, not at all. At this point, Abraham, what would I offer? That's a tough question, because I need to see how the market's going to react this week. Or is this going to, because the Model 3s in this price range are a different animal. There's more buyers in this price range, that's for sure, because everybody wants a 25K Tesla. And people will, step up. But at the same time, it's tough because a brand new standard range is essentially $37,000 after the $7,500 tax rate, especially if you use financing partners like Tenet, and get a lower monthly payment. So, Tenet down below in the description. So it's tough. So, I always try and look at it, if a brand new one is 37, and if it's a 2-year-old one, I want to see 10% depreciation each year. So 37 minus 3.7. or 3,700. So 37,000 minus 3,700, then minus 3,700. So quick maths, what is that? 32, 31? And that's kind of what I want to see, but it's also market driven as well. So that's kind of what my idea is. But it's a numbers game. Just start offering. Oh, sorry, this is a long range. I was thinking standard range, but it's a numbers game. You have to message 100 people to get 10 people to respond to you, and maybe 2 people will actually, be in a, not necessarily a bind, but they'll be more motivated to sell. And then after you, shell out your 100 offers or 20 offers or whatever the number is, follow up in a week or follow up in 2 weeks and say, hey, how you doing? Have you sold your vehicle yet? Any higher offers? And that's exactly what I did here. So you can see I've got, I've been shopping. I'm shopping too. And I actually already did buy, but it's funny because after you message a bunch of people like this, you'll get you'll get pings when they start to lower their offer just a little bit. And, I just try and be, friendly, be nice, start the dialogue and all that stuff. But, definitely some pretty interesting stuff going on in the market. The Tesla used side is certainly crashing. But in our next topic, in our next video, welcome to the stream. Welcome to another video. Today, we're going to talk about the Model 3 long range and the Model Y standard range. Like, why has Tesla not brought this vehicle essentially back? Like, yes, there's ways to get it. I'm going to show you how to get that vehicle at the end of this video, but we'll talk about like why they haven't brought that vehicle to be ordered, customized on the website. They're basically trying to keep it hidden or essentially secret from like the masses. So why that could be, and all that, different stuff with that as well. But before we get into that, this is where I usually roll my intro, but I'll introduce myself. If you're welcome to the stream, welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on your Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. We stream 1 hour a day at this point, make a ton of videos and Tesla content, trying to help people to get the best deal. So definitely hit that subscribe if you are interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, but more on that later. All right, so just another plug for this petition out there on change.org. It's change.org/Tesla refund. If you've bought a Tesla recently and you feel slighted and you want Tesla to give you full self-driving or supercharger miles, check it out, sign it. We got 175 strong. So Model 3 long range. I guess I should have had this website pulled up, but Model 3 long range, we'll talk about that one first. But it's basically the same idea for both of these vehicles. Model 3 long range, it used to exist, and for some reason at this point it's still hidden on the website, and we already know the price of this. You can easily find it, but the price of a Model 3 long range is $49,990 as a base price. There's no reason for it not to be unhidden at this point. It should be readily available, but for some reason it's still not available to be sold. And it's basically the same thing with the Model Y standard range. The Model Y standard range has been widely available to be purchased within inventory, and I'll show you how to get it. But for some reason, they have not brought it to the website to be customized, ordered just yet. And these are really the two reasons why. So what I think, and I'll show you how to show you where you can put your name on these vehicles and find them in inventory after this. But the reasons why is, I think it purely has to do with the psychologically of human buying processes and revenue. So jumping to the Model Y, the Model Y long range is $52,990, but if they introduced a Model Y standard range for $49,990, or sorry, it's $50,990, basically $2,000 less than the long range, they would get a lot of people that would automatically just go to that version, and they'll lose 2,000 times whatever percentage amount of people that is, that will just want to buy the standard range instead of the long range. And I still don't think that they have the production capacity to ramp up for the actual standard range. So that's why they kind of just still want to silo people into the long range, because they don't want a huge backlog of people that start putting their name on the standard range and then they can't take delivery, or it's pushed out to June, July, or whatever that's at. So I think it's two things. I think it's revenue. They want a higher revenue cost, and also the human psyche of buying. When someone sees 3 choices versus 2 choices, they kind of just easily just pick the middle one, or even whatever the cheapest one of the two. It's a little bit different, I would say, on the Model 3 side, because essentially the Model 3 long range would come in right under the performance. But at this point, with the Model 3 performance also qualifying for that tax credit of $7,500 because it's under that $5,500 price cap, that's essentially more, it's a mind game really here. That's essentially more revenue and more vehicle that they can sell, which is kind of the same vehicle, and get more revenue for Tesla at the end of the day. So essentially they don't want to, convert people over to the Model 3 long range or the Model Y standard range because of revenue, and they just want to make it an easier process. But the funny thing with all of this for a while is you were able to get the Tesla Model Y standard range and the long range available for sale because they had it just in inventory. And this is how you can actually do it. So shout out to Stop Waiting for Tesla. I always said wait. No, it is Waiting for Tesla. Shout out for waitingfortesla.com. is a great third-party aggregator site where you can take a look at Tesla vehicles in inventory across the United States. And they actually just made some enhancements to this website. If you haven't seen it so far, they made the filter part of it even more extensive and more easily able to search certain vehicles. But you can search down all the way to like Model 3 long range. There's inventory counts too. So there's 13 long ranges available in the country for sale, and all these qualify for that $7,500 tax credit. So I think it's a slam-in deal because after the tax credit, it's basically $43,000 at this point, but they are all eligible to be purchased here. On the Model Y side, it's kind of interesting because there's this like game that's being played right now, essentially with inventory. Because there's that $55K price cap, it's tough because even if you get the long range, you can't really add too many options or else it automatically goes above that $55K price point. So this is what I mean. Like if you add the red paint, it's already at $54,990 down here in the bottom left. So you can't do anything else. So you have to play this like puzzle game and try and figure out what options can you actually add or not. Same thing if you did induction wheels, you're going to be over, or if you only did induction wheels, then that would be fine. But it's this pretty interesting game. So a lot of Model Y long ranges get sold immediately that are under this $55K price point, depending on where you are. So the inventory is kind of like stuck in that sense, but there's really a handful of them available. And same thing, you can search this. Oh, interesting. Oh, it looks like Model Y standard range is all sold out, if this is correct, unless there was no inventory replenishment, because that makes sense, right? I put a poll out there because I was curious, like, what is the best deal out there, or what people think is the best deal. So I asked it like a day ago when the discounts already happened. I said, which Tesla deal is the best deal right now? All vehicles qualify for the $7,500 tax credit. And what I did was I posted the retail base price, and here's what they are. And an overwhelming 63% said Model Y long range, and then the Model 3 standard range. And so I thought of this differently. It's like, well, let me show the prices after the $7,500 tax credit being reducted from the price, and still 65% said Model Y long range, and then the Model 3 standard range. But I always thought for some reason, like maybe most people don't agree with me, but a Model Y standard range, like if you're looking at like balance to dollar ratio, like $43,000 between all these different options, that seems like a good deal to me, right? But I get it, right? Only paying $2,000 more to bump up to a Model Y long range with that extra amount of range, that I can certainly see that why that makes sense. But Model Y standard range is completely sold out, but I think that's more so because Giga Austin, which we're going to talk about next, has not fully ramped up yet. It's getting there. And so that's probably the real reason why they have not brought back the Model Y standard range to the inventory configurator websites. But let me know what you guys' thoughts on it. Do you agree? Do you think like maybe I'm just thinking too much on this? But that's kind of my hypothesis or theory on why Tesla has not brought back the Model 3 long range and the Model Y standard range onto the websites, ready to be ordered and all that jazz. But all that jazz, Paul. But yeah, thanks for watching another stream. We're going to jump into the comments, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, including actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you schedule the call or join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price. And right now, there's a credit union on that list that has interest rates as low as 3% all the way up to for like 60 months on that. So definitely check it out if you're interested, but you don't even have to do that. Just being here, watching, hitting the like button and subscribe goes a long way. So thank you for that. All right, so let's jump into the comments. I see a ton of you are going away. So sorry if I missed some of your questions. I'm going to try and scroll through this. Do you think Elon will give us free FSD on the next earnings call? Maybe. I mean, one thing we know for sure, and that's, Elon and the team are going to get grilled heavily for sure. Like, why do they do all these discounts in December? Why did they drop the price $20,000? All this like crazy stuff. Taste and travel curiously, I think it's even worse for people that bought used during the price drop, before the price drop. Yeah, that's just, certainly I agree with that point because they might have paid higher financing and all that stuff. Yeah, it could really be in a bad situation. That's for sure. Prices are going to get really good, but probably after my buying window. Yeah. Oh yeah. Cause you have a time frame, right? You have to do it before a certain time. The Model Y induction wheels are square setup. Model X, then there is no square setup. So you gotta be careful with that. Has the suspension actually changed on the Model Y? Yeah, supposedly it's like much better in 2023, but I still think it's not as good as actual luxury cars out there. Nick, Dennis, what's the realistic delivery time frame in Model Y long range? What's your best guess? It seems like, so I thought that delivery timeframes were going to get pushed like crazily to April, May, June because of this, current massive discount that just happened. But it seems like everybody, because I've been asking a lot of people that have placed orders, it seems like they're getting delivery dates or estimated delivery times like either next week or latest, like I think the latest I heard was February 15th. So it seems like at this point you're still going to get it way before that March IRS guidance timeframe, that's the goal. Dennis, do you know how to get a refund for the Tesla Model 3? I ordered a Tesla Model 3 a few days ago. Now I want to order a Tesla Model Y. I would ask them to try and convert your order so that way you don't have to go through that. But I do know how to get a refund, but specifically only reserve that for Patreon members because I don't want that method out there. Dude, I'm interested in purchasing a Model 3 once my Mini Cooper S lease ends in August. What is your fee for a coaching session? Check it out on the Patreon down below. I just had like 3 or 4 calls today. It was, I guess, like this discount, it's definitely in line with people buying Teslas, right? It only makes sense. And I guess this discount has a ton of action on it. That's for sure. I'm thinking about buying one from Tesla pre-owned so I can enjoy the included FSD. Yeah, there's deals out there. I spoke earlier about a viewer was talking to me about 2020 Model 3 long range with 28,000 miles, $33,000 with FSD. And I actually thought that was a pretty good deal because of the FSD. That's for sure. I think Tesla is going to announce ordering of the Tesla Model Y standard range, possibly with a lower price. It'll be available for anyone during the next earnings call. Yeah, and that's for sure. And actually, that's going to be the topic of my next video. So in the next video, let's switch this back over here because we're going to talk about the inventory ramping the next part of the stream. But welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about, I guess, like the Model Y standard range and how Tesla is going to ramp up production like crazy this quarter. There was a couple articles and a tweet that I found, and that we're going to hit, it seems like their goal is to hit 75,000 units from Giga Texas. And what does this mean for everybody that's waiting? Well, what that means is there's going to be a lot of inventory coming to the pipeline soon, especially with the Model Y variant because it comes from Giga Texas. So we could see a very interesting February and March because Tesla works in quarters, monthly quarters or sales quarters, and March is the end of the first quarter of the year. I mean, of course, we had this crazy discount in January, but if they're not hitting their number, which they've got a big number to hit, I think analysts are predicting 420 deliveries this quarter, which is basically how much they did in the last quarter of last year. So Tesla's got a big number to hit. That's for sure. And I think, this news of the production ramping up is good news for the buyers, and of course, good news for Tesla sales and all that stuff. But we're going to roll into it. But if you're new to the stream, my name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price or just really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. We do one stream a day now. That's like an hour-long stream, and we talk about 3 or 4 different topics. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. later. All right, so let's take a look at this. So this is what we know. Model Y, there is, of course, Giga Texas. Giga Texas produces the Model Y, and Giga Texas is starting to ramp up fully. And this is what we also know. Model Y long range is available right now, and the Model Y performance. But there's that third type of Tesla, the Model Y standard range, that's also produced from Giga Austin. We've started to see it trickle in and out, but you could buy one, but they didn't advertise that you could custom order one. But I think at one point in like early January, there was like 50 or so available for sale that you could buy from the inventory. But again, you still could not order one. And the price, this is what we also know. The price of the Model Y standard range is $50,50990. It also qualifies for the $7,500 tax credit. But again, they still haven't really made this widely known. You can find them in inventory. So shout out for Waiting for Tesla. If you're looking for one specifically, you can drill down to Waiting for Tesla's site and filter down to Model Y all-wheel drive. But for some reason, they've been sold out. So it seems like that is a hot car right now, because just like how the Model Y standard range is the most inexpensive Tesla Model 3 at this point, it seems like the Model Y standard range all-wheel drive is like the hottest car, because, well, there isn't a lot and people want that lowest possible monthly payment. And so this is what we saw. Actually, shoot, this was the used car. Darn it. Anyway, so this is a tweet from Christopher Dungeon. Giga Texas recently announced Model Y production at a rate of 3,000 units a week, but this rate is steadily increasing. How many total Tesla Model Ys do you think will be produced in Q1? 13 weeks. And so if we try to do 3,000, there's 12 weeks in 12 weeks in our first quarter. So 3,000 times 12 weeks is about 36,000 Model Ys coming to the market, coming to the US market, or worldwide, I guess, if it's being shipped to somewhere else. And so that's about 36. Some predictions down here are like 45 to 52,000, but that's a lot more Model Ys. And if there's a good portion of these that are Model Y standard range, that could really, bump up market share for Tesla in this segment for people to buy the Model Y standard range. We've highlighted this article on the channel before, but this is an article that says Giga Texas is said to be target production of 75,000 Model Ys in Q1 of 2023. So this could be huge if you're kind of waiting on the sidelines. Of course, Tesla and Elon are going to get grilled about all these discounts in the earnings call on the 25th. And another question that we're going to, be listening for is what type of ramp or what type of production ramp are they expecting for Giga Texas? And this is going to be good for people that are, in the market for a Model Y, that want that most inexpensive, lowest payment Model Y standard range, where that basically has like the similar amount of range. This is going to be pretty interesting. That's for sure. But big news. The good news is that Giga Texas is starting to ramp up, and we're going to see a lot more Model Y standard ranges. And then hopefully once they get more, confirmed ramp up, that's when they'll bring the Model Y standard range back to the website so that you can order it, put your name on it, or as I put on name on the order, not necessarily put your name on the vehicle, and wait for that delivery and production. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff coming out of the Giga Texas world. It's going to be an exciting time. More Teslas, and that's probably why this date range has not changed yet. I was fully expecting, this date range, the estimated delivery, to get pushed out to April or May after the announcement of the discounts on, Thursday or Friday of last week. But for some reason, it still stayed past January. It could be that they're just making it not push back April because of this tax credit. Basically, it says it must take delivery by March, and so they don't want to make sure, they don't want to give anybody false expectations of it going past then. But it's pretty interesting that it's still here. But maybe they're just counterplaying how much inventory or production is actually going to come onto the market. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. So let's jump into let's jump into some of the comments and some of the questions. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of different benefits, but some of them actually include scheduling a call with me where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you schedule the call, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price. And right now, there's a credit union on that list that has interest rates as low as 3%. So definitely check it out if you are interested. But let's jump into some of the comments. I saw Happy Hippo joined. So welcome. Hey Dennis, I have my Model Y loaner today with full self-driving. I use it. It is nice. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Oops. Ooh, interesting. So did you test it on the highways or the cities or a combination of both? Because I've driven one with that full self-driving beta, or at least I sat in the passenger. It's trippy. It's definitely nice, but it takes getting used to see like because it gets a little scary. At least to me, that's for sure. But let's see what else is there. Yeah, Tapia, like I hope you're okay. Waiting to hear more about the Model 3 refresh before I buy. I mean, that's Q4 at this point. I haven't heard anything more of that. Maybe Q4 of 2023. But I mean, that's the thing with Tesla. There is always going to be that next thing, that next technology or something. So at some point, you just got to buy it, enjoy the car, and drive it because you can always get another one. I sort of feel like Teslas are like iPhones or Android phones. You buy one, and then when the iPhone 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 comes out, you just trade it in and get a new one. Maybe that's not the best way to think about it because financial advice says you should buy a car and hold it for 10 years, but life is short. You want to try and experience different elements or things about life. I'm always about trying experiencing new different things. Should I buy a Model 3 used right now? No, I would wait. Wait a week or two at this point. Prices just got dropped on Friday, essentially. Wait another week because it's January 15th right now. Which it puts us, what is that, like 2 weeks to the end of the month, January 15th. We got like a week, 2.5 weeks essentially. I would say don't start shopping until Monday, January 23rd, because that is a little over a week left in the month. And so if you want to buy from a dealer, they're going to get a little bit more antsy, so to speak. They want to, sell, they work on monthly cycles. They need to sell cars by the end of the month. And that's where you're going to be able to get a deal. So just be patient for another week. You can just, watch the daily streams, and watch the daily content, but January 23rd. And I think maybe that's the title for that video that day. It's ladies and gentlemen, it's time to buy a used Tesla on January 23rd. So I'll let you know when it's time, because we're going to look at the auction values. We're going to see how the dealers reacted to that price discount over this next week. And so, we'll see. Highway, and it was fun. Yeah, highway, so it's kind of similar to autopilot, right? But cities is where it gets a little different with that full self-driving, because you can't use autopilot in the city, but it's still good at the end of the day. I mean, that's what I tell people. Autopilot, buying a Tesla, you're just literally buying 50% of your time back, because autopilot is that good on highway road trips. You can literally, get that time back, do whatever, relax while your Tesla takes you to your destination. You can sit back, relax, and enjoy that 30-minute flight to your next destination. That's how I feel it really is. Is existing inventory ready to go? Because I bought it last night and still waiting to select every day. It essentially is, or it could be in a transit, but pretty much within like a week, give or take or so. How to get 3%? Check out the Patreon link down below in the description. Hey, what's up about the tax credit? What's up? Welcome to the stream, Mark. What's up about the tax credit? It's certain vehicles qualify. I made a video about it yesterday on which deal is the best. Definitely check it out. But you have to also qualify for the tax credit. Tony, hey, welcome. Hey, congrats on your Tesla. Hey, Dennis, do you have any opinions on PPF? Yes, and I've isolated down to 3 or 4 bullet points. Paint protection film is great if you're going to keep the car, but I only recommend it if you're going to keep the car for 4 to 5 years plus. If you live in salt, snowy areas, like rock chip prone areas, I would recommend it. And And if you want to, I would say recommend only pay like 15 to 2,000 for it for the full frontal area of it. And that's basically it. Those are like the 3 or 4 bullet points of paint protection film. It's a great product. It's really only worth the investment if you're going to keep the car long term. And then those are really the things from it. So I do recommend it, but you kind of have to check all the other boxes. Try to tell you, yeah, exactly. I only make 25 to 30K. Do I still get the 7,500? 7,500? No, I'll just answer that for you though, so you don't waste your time. Order a new Model 3 in existing inventory on Friday. Some people are getting theirs before mine though. SMH. Yeah, so I mean, if it's in existing inventory on Friday, like I would give it a few because they probably already scheduled their whole week for deliveries. I mean, you could show up and just see, but if you got your financing all squared away, then yeah, might as well. Detective Pikachu, I'm honored. Welcome. I would be happy if Tesla offered me A/B autopilot and enhanced autopilot. No need for full self-driving. Yeah, I mean, for sure, they need to do something. I think at this point they should offer, whether full self-driving or any sort of something, like maybe even give owners a selection. You can choose this, or this, full, supercharging, all that stuff, so that it's a good PR thing, and also adoption of all the different features, or maybe even like a discount on Tesla insurance. Who knows? Like they can do a lot of a variety of different things, and that's why I created this petition. It's change.org/Tesla refunds. I got that URL, so change.org/Tesla refund. Go it, check it out, sign the petition. We're 175 strong, 187 strong. Nice, because I really feel like Tesla should take this opportunity to, not lose but customer confidence, because now at this point, like, people are going to double think on whether they should buy a Tesla, or I mean, I think people already triple think on should they buy a Tesla. Like, is the deal too good? Or is the deal good? Is the price good? And, we don't want that. We don't want like suspiciousness or all that stuff when buying. Buying a car should be an exciting, happy time. You shouldn't want, buyer's remorse or any of that stuff, because that should not go hand in hand. And unfortunately, buyer's remorse does go in hand with buying a car, because, it's a big purchase. And for a while, like a Model Y at 65K, that's a huge purchase. At least now, when it's, well, even at 47,000, that's still a lot of money. Like, really the only one, even a Model 3 at $37,000, it's until we get to the point where a Model 3 is $25,000. But even, I guess, like, you can just keep going down. Even $25,000 is a lot of money at the end of the day if you're not financing it or something like that. Sonic, going to schedule a Tesla buying coaching session with you once my mini lease is up. It's going to be a whole new ball game by us. 1,000%. It's good. A part of me, a sliver of me, maybe 10% of me thinks that this is just the beginning of Tesla discounts. I mean, there's 3 things. Elon has said he prefers volume over profit margin. He said prices are too high. He wants to bring them down. And you got to remember, he, in the beginning, said he wants there to be a $35,000 Model 3. So, if we believe on him, and he seems, but at the same time, he likes profit. He wants to make money. He wants his company to make money. I think I saw something yesterday, like Tesla, of all the manufacturers out there, have the highest profit margin per car. So at the end of the day, it's a balance. It's a balance at the end of the day. Tesla will not give me a VIN note till I give them my financing details. No, you don't have to do that yet. And I wouldn't recommend it either. You do not have to apply for the credit, all that stuff, until you get your VIN. Because if you do it now, because most auto loan approvals only last 30 days. And so if you do it now and your Tesla arrives in 45 days, you're going to have to re-hit your credit again. And it's not worth it. For sure. Don't go Asian for driving tips. Yeah, Asian driver, no something, I don't know, but yeah, for sure. But that's why I buy autopilot. That's why I buy Teslas, because I can throw it on autopilot, sit back, relax, and go to sleep, and let it drive it for me. I think Tesla's goal is to stay afloat during a recessionary period. I think they'll reduce prices more, like offering Model Y standard range while tax rate available to control market share. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Jesus, want to give me a wrench, Dennis? Yeah, exactly. Hoping Tesla goes brake-by-wire with the third gen. That's for sure. There's no value on PPF when selling it. Waste of money. I do ceramic coating. Yeah, I actually, so Tony, if you're still in here, I 1000% recommend ceramic coating. PPF, I'm like always on the fence about. Like even right now with the Tesla I just bought, I'm like, do I spend the money or do I just like forego it? But ceramic, 1000%. I always do ceramic. And actually, in my buying guide, Tony, there is a brand of ceramic that I recommend. Check it out because it's the best, in my opinion. That's for sure. Can you trade in your old car? Yeah, if you can trade in anything. Why not? I just subbed. Thank you. So do you think used Model 3s will stay under 40K until at least March? Yeah, they'll even go even lower at that point. Tesla insurance is not every state. Free full self-driving supercharging for life of the car or EAP is something I'm very interested in watching the earnings call and seeing what they will say. Yeah, and they're not going to square them, right? Because that's why they're in these sales executive positions and, stuff like that. But they are, I'm pretty sure that's going to get asked. Like, why'd you give all these discounts? What are you going to do for people? All this stuff. That's for sure. But yeah, let's see. I got one more topic, I believe. So we're going to chill. We're going to keep this train going. Thank you to everybody that is joined on the stream. Lisa Clausen, should I buy 2022 Model Y 7 seat with full self-driving 37,000 for 54,890? Isn't a brand new one like 58 for that? Doesn't seem like that good of, I guess full self-driving. Offer them 50. See what they say. But yeah, we're going to keep the stream going. Thank you to everybody that's jumped on to the stream, onto the video. Let me see what else I got today in the bag of topics, because there was some actually I remember now. There was a pretty good article that came out. Oh, actually, this was funny too. I want to talk about that. Oh man, interesting. But yeah, so the Model Y, you can certainly get it if you want to. Oh, actually, before we get into this next topic, I wanted to show this to Alexis. This is from @SpottedModel. If you're in New Jersey, this is actually $25,999. If you pick it up, no shipping fee, no reported accidents, high miles, but who cares? Long range, 2018 Model 3 long range, wheel drive, 26, not 499. I guess like you can get a $500 discount right away. Great deal. I mean, at this point, this was posted yesterday morning. It's probably sold already. 100,000 miles. A little on the high side, because then you're past like, price includes 500 delivery. It's a little on the high side, I would say. I wouldn't recommend buying a Tesla past 100,000 miles because of the battery warranty. But yeah, I don't know about that one. That's for sure. But anyways, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the video. Thank you all for joining in. This next topic, let's see. So today, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the video. Today, we're going to talk about the elusive Tesla Cybertruck. When is it coming? There's been a new article that's come out that, is giving us a little bit of indication on, what the actual date is. So we'll take a look at about it, what this person said. It's pretty high up there. So what this person said and see what we can pull from this article on when this Tesla Cybertruck is coming out. And spoiler alert, there's like 3-4 million orders in the queue. So even if it's coming out this year, I would 100% not expect any of us to be able to get it anytime soon. But it's always kind of interesting to jump in and take a look at Cybertruck rumors or news and all that stuff. But welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. My name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on your Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, but more on that later. All right, so let's take a look at it. This is an article from Tesla Cybertruck. Tesla Cybertruck is finalized and nearing production, chief designer says. And of course, chief designer is Franz von Holsten. Actually, I got to see him in person at the Peterson Museum. He actually dropped by, or I dropped by, and I saw the Cybertruck in person at the museum. Unfortunately, I took a lot of footage of it. And what I can say is it's massive. It's huge. Like any picture you see, like seeing it and then seeing it in person, it's like 2x that whatever you thought the size was. The windshield right here is like ridiculous. Like it's all like literally everything you can imagine. It's like even more crazier than you could have imagined. But hopefully it's actually going to come out. I mean, at this point, they're saying this is the year of the Tesla Cybertruck 2023. So hopefully it actually will come out. But this article goes into, I guess, Franz on a recent podcast said that the Tesla Cybertruck is finalized and nearing production over 3 years after CEO Elon Musk unveiled it. So let's see if we can pull anything from here, but it's some pretty interesting stuff. I do have 2 Cybertrucks on order, and I think one of mine is in the low 5,000s. So like if they actually start to ramp up in any sort of volume, I maybe fingers crossed I could get one, this year, if they start this year or next year. And if you're wondering how to actually check what place you are online. I actually made a video on it like a couple days ago, but maybe we can pull that up as well. You basically take your RN number and throw it into this website and pick which trim you have, and then it'll tell you like your 5,000, 10,000, and all that stuff. But I mean, the other crazy thing is like when this truck actually comes out, like for when they first released it, there was a couple different price points for it, right? Like 39, I think it was 40,000, 50,000, and then a 60,000 for the tri-motor, which they took away after it. Now it's just the quad motor. But it would be really cool because there is that tax credit of 80. There's a tax credit that has a MSRP cap of $80,000. So now that we've kind of got this idea that Tesla is starting to lower prices across the board on all their models, there essentially could be a Tesla Cybertruck that could come out maybe for $70K that would qualify for the $80K MSRP price cap tax credit. And we might see like a $70,000 starting Tesla Cybertruck. That would be pretty interesting to see, but hopefully that actually comes out. So I made a tweet. I was like, kind of joking, like, what if there was a Tesla Cybertruck that came out for, 69,420? Because, I think Elon really likes that number. I think he priced like a Model S at that exact number a while ago. So that'd be pretty funny if he, was shock the world essentially, because that's undercutting a lot of people. That's the Ford Lightnings. Yes, there's a 40K or 50K base Ford Lightning, but most of them that I see are like 80, 90K. The Rivian is past like 80K at this point. So if they can come in and undercut, the competition, just like how they're doing right now with the Model 3, Model Y, S, and well, maybe not the S and X, but the Model 3 and the Model Y, I could certainly see a Tesla Cybertruck for 69,420, and that'd be pretty good. I think I would like that. I think I would try and take delivery then, because I'm still on the fence. Well, no, actually, I would still try and take delivery no matter what. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff with the Cybertruck. Just a rumored piece that's come out. So, I mean, we'll see. All we can do is wait and see. Like, there's always been like a Cybertruck rumor or news that's about to come out. So all we can do is wait and see. And this is another thing that, completely, now we're going to the chill part of the stream. But, this is unrelated to Tesla's Cybertruck, but this is an article that I saw yesterday. I tried to quickly Google to fact check it, and it seems like the publication, which was patch.com, already changed it. But Tesla, because we always see these headlines, right? Tesla crashes into whatever, or autopilot crashes into whatever, not saying that car crashes are good or funny, but, I think it's over-sensationalized, that we can agree. But Tesla crashes into garage in Lake Forest on Thursday, Orange County Fire Department said. And of course, this is not a Tesla. This is actually a Polestar, which is in another Model 3 competitor. But I guess it's just funny that, news articles and news publications are quick to try and judge, or maybe there was just an error of some sort, but they're quick to judge and think that, another electric vehicle Tesla crashed into something else, because that gets the most clicks, that gets the most headlines at the end of the day. But thanks for watching these videos so far. We're going to jump into some of the comments and see, what's up there. But let me know what you guys' thoughts. What do you think that the Tesla Cybertruck is actually coming out this year? Or do you think, it's still a wait and see? Or do you think it's a 2024? I certainly think it's probably, at this point, I think it's going to be a 2024. I guess I don't, after following and, being a part of the Tesla ecosystem, in owning 3 Teslas so far, Model 3, Model Y, and a Model S. I've started to learn that just don't believe anything that you see or they say. It's always going to be that next that next thing or that next new feature. And even if they say something is going to actually come out, give it like another 6 months to 2 years. I think there's actually like a tracker out there. Let me see if I can quickly try and find it. There's a tracker that like tracks Elon time and what he states and when it actually comes out. Let's see. No, actually, maybe not. But yeah, there's gotta be, there is, I've seen it before where like he'll say something and then they actually track like when that thing actually got released or it actually came to fruition. And like, of course, it takes time to innovate at the end of the day. But let's jump to some of the comments and some questions. Let's see. Can you trade in your old car? Yes. I read that already. They gave me an RN number. Is that also the same as VIN number? No, RN is just your reservation number. How do you accept Tesla financing to get the purchase going? Oh, interesting. I don't think that is, but I don't know. Do you think I can pick up a Model Y for $40,000? Yeah, I think at this point, I think the best deal I saw in December was like a used 2021 for $45,000. At this point, they're definitely going to get past $40,000. That's for sure. Can you buy a Tesla from a different state? Yeah, sure. Why not? Oh, actually, no. For the new side, yeah, there's strict rules on that for some reason. Like sometimes they'll ship it, sometimes they won't. Yeah, it's a bit tough. And there's no sales tax on EVs in New Jersey. Yeah, that's so sick that they don't do that in New Jersey. Like if I was in New Jersey, I would literally be buying Teslas like back to back to back because taxes like in California it's 7 to 8 to 9% in some places. That could be like $4, $5, $9,000 if you're buying a Tesla. Like that just goes to them, the city, and all that stuff. I'm going back and forth before Model Y, long range, or standard. I would say just which one you can find in inventory, try and take delivery because we're getting close. Like yes, it's only January 15th, but that can easily get pushed out to February 15th for a delivery date, and then March. Like worst case scenario, IRS comes out on March 1st and says, Model Y doesn't qualify for 3750, but I certainly think that, Tesla might just give that extra 3750 and make it whole at the end day. Huge like a Yukon. It's bigger than a Yukon. The Cybertruck it's big and like the bed is big. It's long. Yeah, I mean, maybe this wasn't like the actual production one. Most likely it was like a concept one that I saw at the Peterson Museum in LA, but it is huge. If it comes out with a medium and small version of a CT, then yes, no need for anything else. Yeah, it's Cybertruck is way too big. Exactly. It hogs up garage space, parking space, land space. Yeah, it's massive. I don't even know what to like compare it to, but it's not usable at the end of the day. Do I have to pay the rest of the amount before delivery? Does that delay my delivery if I don't, because I have to sell my old car before I can pay the rest of it? No, as long as you talk with Tesla Finance and like you're clear with them on how much down payment you have to pay, the down payment and stuff like that. But in terms of like if you're paying the whole car in cash, then yes, you would have to, unless you're financing. Mars will be transferred before the Cybertruck ships. Yeah, I definitely think it's still a ways away. Cybertruck at 70K, I'm out. I mean, it's the thing with Tesla, what we've seen in the past and what they do, they always come out with the highest trim first, like Model 3 performance, Model Y performance, the most vehicle that they can get most revenue and profit from, and then they trickle down to the 40K Cybertruck. So the 40K Cybertruck is coming, but it's going to take, I'm at this point I'm saying 2030 for a Tesla Cybertruck for $40,000. That's for sure. Dennis, we are at 10.25 sales tax. It's bonkers. Oh, okay, so like that's interesting. So that's right. So if you bought a normal car, it's 10.25% sales tax, but EVs, whoa, that's huge savings. I bet there's like model Teslas everywhere then in New Jersey, I would imagine, but who knows at the end of the day. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, or sorry, thanks for watching this stream. Thanks for joining in, hitting the comment button, hitting the like button. Thanks for watching. Check out the links below in the description if you want to support the channel. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably a similar time, maybe a little bit earlier for our 1 hour powwow stream. And yeah, if you think there's something that I need to make a video about, I'm planning on making an updated financing video because there are a couple other options that have come into the queue pretty recently, and I feel like a lot of people would want that. And also, I think like there's always been so much miscommunication or confusion about the tax credit, but I don't know how to like phrase it more clear, I guess. But maybe I'll try and figure something out where like a tax credit FAQ, how do you qualify and all that stuff, or which vehicles qualify and stuff like that. Alex, oh, you're in NorCal? I thought you were in New Jersey. Oh, that's weird. Anyways, but yeah, thanks for watching the stream. Please hit that like if you enjoy it. Thanks for everybody that's watching the streams and the videos and the supports. I appreciate all of you. This has been a wild ride so far. And I was actually thinking like the reason why I'm like a little bit, I guess maybe a little bit different than other Tesla content streamers out there is because I've actually had like sales experience in like the automotive industry. And so I can actually like speak to like how the financing works and, you know, how to get the best deal and all that stuff. But all the other YouTubers, I'm not saying all the other YouTubers, but a good portion of them just say, hey, here's the newest Model 3 and here's the new color and all that stuff. Not to knock on me. I love that content too, but I try and be as helpful and knowledgeable as possible and all that stuff. Kevin, just do the cheapest one for that answer and then just DM me and I'll DM you back how I did it. But yeah, so thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like if you enjoy it and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.